So welcome back. We're going to be starting this complex triad green worksheet. I take it out of my book so it's easier to sit there. Before we do that, I just want to show you on the keyboard how that painting with all sharps or flats works. It's actually a very important concept, so I want you to see it from another viewpoint. Let's say that I wanted to make a D minor triad and find my D right. Let's do it up here. D and F and A. And we know that that's minor because if you count 1, 2, 3, 3 half steps or keys, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 half steps, 3 plus 4. So if I wanted to make it D sharp minor, okay, I'd go D F A, and then I'd say, well, it's already minor, so it's good. And then I would get my bucket of sharp paints, and I would splooch the entire of those. So I'd get a D sharp, an F sharp, and an A sharp. So D sharp, F sharp, and A sharp, okay? Now, it's a higher sounding chord, but I'm hoping you can hear it. It's still got the inherent same quality. Doesn't sound like a major chord or a diminished chord. And let's just count it again. 1, 2, 3, still 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, still 4 half steps. If you sharp all the notes of a chord, it stays the same quality. If you flat all the notes of a chord, it's still the same quality. Before we go on, I'll change the camera angle and I'll show you this on ukulele as well. Okay, I'm just going to show you how shifting or painting all the notes sharp or flat still does the same thing on an ukulele. So this is a C chord that you don't know how to play yet because it's covering all 4 notes, but that's a C major chord. It's got C's and E's and G's in it. Okay, it's major. If I were to sharp all those notes, that means that they would all go up 1 fret. So there. Sounds the same, it's just higher. And then back to C, and if I flat them all, now I have a C flat major chord. C, C sharp, D, D sharp. And because the distance between the notes stays the same, they maintain their quality. So hopefully you can hear that, and as a concept you can see that. Okay, the horrible green worksheet with so many of these chords here. This is set up so that you can learn these methodically, right? So for instance, A major, well, you go, in fact, all the major chords, and then all the minor chords, then all the diminished chords. And then what happens if you sharp them all and stuff. I'm not going to assign this all in one go, but I'm going to train you on how to do all of these so you can refer back. And what will happen is you'll get a column a day, or maybe not a column, but like to there, so that you get all the ones without sharps or flats, and then all the ones with sharps, and then all the ones with flats and things like that. Okay, so we'll take it piece by piece so you don't, sort of burn out on them, but they're still important to know. So the first one says A major. So you go A, C, E, because that's the basic A chord. And then you say, to change this minor chord, because A's are minor, into a major chord, we raise the third, which is the middle note. That's sharping the third. So A, C sharp, and E, right? Sounds like this. Minor, major, okay? And you do that for all of these. So B major is B, D, F. That lives on diminished island, so first we have to make it minor by raising the 5th. And then major now by raising the 3rd, sharping, okay? All right, we're going to jump across over to here, to A major, A sharp major in the other column. So you're gonna go, A chords have A, C, E. You just ignore sharps, major, all that kind of stuff. Now you compare A's minor, we want it to be major, so we sharp this right here, like that. And then, because it's got a sharp at the beginning note there, we're going to paint the whole thing, everything, with sharps. So we're going to end up with A sharp, C with 2 sharps, and an E with a sharp. And then we know from previous video that two sharps or a double sharp looks like an X right there, like that. Okay. B sharp major is going to be, well, it's going to have two double sharps now, isn't it? Because you're going to make a B major chord right there, there, and then you're going to sharp everything, right? Okay, let's jump over to flats. A flat diminished. So you're going to go A, C, E, because you ignore flats and diminished and stuff. There's my basic A chord. And you say, well, it's minor. So I'm going to make it diminished by lowering the fifth, go from minorland out to diminished island, like that. But because it's got a flat on the beginning, I get my bucket of flat paint and I just go splooch, and I put flats on everything. A flat, C flat, E double flat. And that's it. There's no more simplifying. E double flat has two flats, and that's the symbol for it right there. Okay? All right. Jump over here with me to A diminished. Okay? It's the same thing we did there. A, C, E. It's on minor lend, and it needs to go to diminished island, so we lower the fifth right there. Now, A sharp diminished. We actually do some canceling and simplifying here. We make an A chord. Again, we ignore the sharp part and the diminished part. Just make the A chord. Say this is in minor. We need to make it diminished. Minorland, diminished island, so we lower this right here. But we get our bucket of sharp paints, and we sharp each of the notes. Splooch it on there. A sharp, C sharp, E flat sharp. And when you simplify it, sharps and flats cancel. So the actual answer is A sharp, C sharp, and plain old E with nothing on it because the sharp and the flat canceled. Okay? All right. Well, the first column right here up to G minor, or diminished, sorry, is all we're going to ask you to do on the first day. So for your first assignment here, just do from here down to there, and just make sure you understand this sharping and flatting. And if you don't, review the videos, email your teacher and ask for it to be gone over again. Okay, and then tomorrow we'll look at doing some more of these other things, so you have a day to figure that out. All right, now I just want to point out this is the last mint green page in the packet, and it actually has everything you do here. So if you're confused about it and the videos aren't helping, you have a complete thing here, and it's made not just as steps, but if you're having problems spelling complex triads at any stage, go through these steps one at a time, and if you get it wrong or you have delays and you're not sure about things, then it helps you know what you need to study. For instance, first step for any kind of triad is just to spell the basic triad, F-A-C, root, third, fifth. If you can't do that, then you're not sure how to spell maybe a specific chord, and you need to practice your green flashcards. Okay? Step 2, if the quality is not the same as the basic triad, add sharps or flats to make it the same. So we have an F triad, F-A-C. We know that it's major, but if we were asked to spell an F minor, right, then we would lower, because we want F sharp minor, make it lower, we want to lower the third, F A flat C, right? Okay, and then if you can't do that, then there's a whole bunch of steps that you may need to review and say, I don't know how to do that, and practice that. Finally, because we're there, F major, made it minor, we have to sharp everything because it's an F sharp minor chord that we're asked to do, right? Then we sharp everything, F sharp, A flat sharp, C sharp, and then we simplify. Sharps and flats cancel out, so F sharp, just plain old A, and C sharp. And again, it tries to help you diagnose. Each of these steps is simple, but you throw it together and it's a complex thing, and there's lots of places to make mistakes. So you have to be sure not only of how to do the steps, but that you're doing them in the right order and getting it all done. If you try and skip through things and juggle too many things in your head at once, or not write things out, you might make some mistakes. I wouldn't do that. Try and do too many steps or do it all in your head instead of writing it down until you've done it a bunch of times and feel really, really confident with it. Okay.